Hi everyone, I'm Dad,
I'm daughter.
and we are
Dad and daughter. Everyone, Zuma!
very nice. I like that one. They keep getting better every time. I do like that. All right, so the F1 season's about to start. It's about to start.
On Thursday.
It does start. Thursday we start with all the kind of like commentary. Friday practice starts. Saturday practice again, and so on and so forth. And then we get to the good stuff, and it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be phenomenal. The first race of the year is gonna take place in Australia, but we're not gonna talk about that just yet. That's gonna be another one of our videos. Today, what we're gonna talk about is serious predictions.
Oh, the serious prediction.
So a couple of weeks. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
This one will be really hard because there's no race to base it off of.
There's nothing to base ourselves off of except that a couple of weeks ago we did our way too early predictions, but now we're going to talk about our serious predictions. You good? Okay. So let's start. I've got my questions. I've got my little notes here that I'm going to be asking. Daddy, can't you? Don't look at my notes. That's rude. Okay, here we go. First question for you, daughter. Serious prediction for Drivers' Champion. Drivers' Champion.
I'm hoping Lando,
Okay.
and I'm also hoping Charles.
Okay, but you got to only pick one because it's one champion.
Charles or Lando. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch that. So if you have another. Okay, guys, I guess it's Lando.
This is completely based
But in
on.
second place,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be Charles.
Charles? Okay. So your prediction is Lando for Drivers' Champion. Okay. My prediction for Drivers' Champion. Serious prediction. I also think it's going to be Lando. Maybe it's just my McLaren bias. I don't know. Is it maybe my McLaren bias?
I don't know.
Possibly. I don't know. I would think that if somebody saw me, they would probably think I'm a little bit biased towards McLaren. What do you think?
Yes.
Maybe, probably.
Look at you're wearing full McLaren today.
Full McLaren outfit. Even the socks. No, just joking. I don't actually have McLaren socks. Do they make McLaren socks?
Probably.
They probably do. I need to find a pair because I like crazy socks. So I'm going to say serious prediction is Drivers' Champion would definitely be Lando. I think if Lando is able to stay out of his head, right? If he's able to get out of his own head, not worry about everybody else, does the job, I think he's got a solid chance. They've got the car. They've got the team. Oscar just signed today because you're wearing your Oscar shirt. Woo! Look at that. Oscar, if you're watching, look at that. Great shirt.
He's one of my favorites.
He's one of your favorites. So Oscar just got announced today that he got a multi-year extension. So that means that they're trusting that both Lando and Oscar are going to work together as a team. They're going to work together as a good pair. As a team with great cars, they're going to be able to do great things, I think. So I think definitely Lando is going to be Drivers' Champion. Now, biggest rival then for Drivers' Champion. So you said Charles coming in second. Why do you think Charles would be the best rival?
The rival, I think the rival, it's gonna be Max. He's gonna get last though, because he got into his own head.
But hold on, no. We're talking about for Drivers' Champion, right? So Drivers' Champion, it's Lando that you predicted,
Yes.
and you said that Charles would come in second. So Charles is going to be his rival for Drivers' Champion, right? Because he would come in second.
What if Max got into his own head because Lando's going all this way to become Drivers' Champion,
Sure.
and Max got in his own head and bumped himself down. I don't think you can do that, but
Okay. So you think Max would end up where? Second?
Third.
Okay, but then again, we're talking about
And then
rival.
Charles.
Okay.
Charles.
Yes.
He would not get into his own head. He's a good driver, not as good as Lando, so he would get second place and lose by 10.
Okay, maybe by 10 points. Okay, so you think it's going to come down to the wire? Okay. So I think the biggest rival that the Drivers' Champion is going to have, right? If Lando would be my pick, I think the biggest rival is going to be Charles. I think Charles also Ferrari's got a good car. I think the reason that Charles is going to lose is because he is going to get into fights with Lewis that is going to end up costing him points and positions in races, and that's going to cost him the driver's championship.
I have a question.
Sure thing, go ahead.
Because now that I'm thinking, now for some reason I'm thinking of the FIA.
Okay.
You know how they made that rule if you curse, like,
Yes.
does that count like in the like outside the area? Cause like let's say you're at a restaurant or something, they're at a restaurant or something,
Okay.
and they're they need like somebody, I guess, and they don't like them,
Yeah.
and they start cursing at them. Would that count?
That's a good question. I guess like outside of the arena of being in an event, I don't know. I don't.
But like in their uniform.
Oh, if they're in their uniform and they're representing their team, I would think so.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's a good question because it is getting out of hand. Okay, well that's a whole nother topic of conversation.
I just want to know.
Okay, here we go. Next question then. Question number 2. Question number 2 is Constructors Champion.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so simple.
Ferrari's gonna be Constructors Champion. Okay.
Wait, you didn't know? I thought this one had Carlos.
You said. Oh, come on. You cannot tell me Williams is not going to be Constructors.
So bad.
This is ridiculous. It's supposed to be realistic. Williams is not going to have. Carlos is great. He's a phenomenal driver. I will give you that.
But Lewis,
got
like last place because, not last place, but he's not going to get any points because he's like going to be like.
You don't think Lewis is going to get any points?
Yeah, sorry, Lewis. No.
Okay.
Because it's a new car. That does not have to do with anything.
Okay.
The car does not have to do with anything. But he's going to be like, I have to prove myself to them.
Okay.
And then he's going to get into his own head. And then it's going to call, oh my god, I just like the card that you have there. It's rainbow. I'm like, Anyway, so, and it's going to get into his head. And then he's going to think like, I have to beat them. I have to prove myself to them.
Okay.
And it's gonna get into his head. And he's gonna like, and then like the points are just gonna back away from him because he might get good points, but then he's gonna curse at the track.
Okay. So you don't think then? So who do you think is gonna be Constructors Champion? Because I'm confused.
Oh, I
mean, Constructors Champion. You think will? This is ridiculous.
I'm very biased.
This is ridiculous. You just because he's your birthday bestie, Cusco's your birthday. No, this is ridiculous. I'm stopping the video. Should I stop the video? No, not yet. Okay, so that's your no. You've called it. That's your prediction. No, you can't take it away. Can't take it away. No take backs. It is what it is. You've made. Nope. Okay, so Williams is your pick. My pick. No. Stick to it. Stick to your prediction. Stick to your prediction. You said Williams. Do you want a second try to this? I don't know. Please. Okay, fine. Second try. Yay. So we'll act like this didn't happen. So, Constructors Champion, daughter. Who do you think it would be?
McLaren.
Oh, come on. You are out of this world. Okay. You can't go from Ferrari to Williams to McLaren. You are out of this world.
Guys.
Serious prediction though.
Yeah.
McLaren? Okay, then that's your prediction. All right. I think she's a little biased. My prediction for Constructors Champion is also McLaren. I think that would be the most logical thing for us to being able to have in terms of a Constructors Champion, right? I think they're going to repeat from last year. The biggest challenger for a Constructors Champion aside from them probably is going to be Ferrari. That's what I would think, right? That they're going to put up the best fight.
Can I tell you who's probably going to be like the worst fight?
Sure. Who's going to come in last in Constructors?
Who's going to come in last?
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Being serious though?
Yes.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because they have Liam Lawson.
Because they have Liam Lawson. Poor Liam Lawson.
I don't like him.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that my prediction for last place for Constructors Champion is gonna be Kick Sauber. They're gonna be god awful. They're not gonna. They had
Kick
terrible
Sauber
car.
will second to last place.
Okay.
And win by that, by like half a point.
Okay, so here's my next question for you. Next question is, and you already kind of answered it, but I'll ask it again. Will Lewis do well in Ferrari?
Well, I can already answer that, so mediocre.
Mediocre. Okay. I also don't think that he's going to do phenomenal. I think he's going to do better than what he did last year in Mercedes. Well, I mean, last year he won a couple of races. I don't know if he'll be able to do that this year, but we never know. But we'll see. Okay, next question for you. Who's going to have the very first crash of the 2025 season?
Is Valtteri Bottas still there?
He is not.
Okay.
He's a reserve driver for Mercedes.
Who's the other person that literally always crashed?
Lance Stroll.
Is he still there?
Yes.
Sorry guys, I can't remember anybody.
Lance Stroll, yeah.
Then
Lance Stroll. You're predicting that Lance Stroll is going to crash.
Is that the one on Williams?
No, that was Logan Sargent, who's no longer there. Okay, so Lance Stroll.
Wait, who is on Williams? All I remember is Carlos.
And Alex Albon.
Oh yeah, I like Alex.
And Alex Albon. Okay. So you think that Lance Stroll's going to have the first crash of the season? I'm going to say that the first crash of the season is going to be Isaac Hadjar from Visa RB. Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda's teammate. I really do think that. And the reason I think that is because I think he's a little bit too aggressive. Ooh. And he is going to crash.
If I was ever in F1,
yeah.
The whole every single race there will be a ball.
Okay. Last question of that I'm going to ask you. How will rookies do? How are rookies going to do? Do you think that rookies are going to have?
They're going to beat Lewis.
Okay, so you think that there's going to be a rookie who's going to beat Lewis? Who, if there was a rookie who's going to beat Lewis in terms of the standings, who would it be?
I'm crossing my fingers for Ollie because they're just like the besties.
Okay,
like,
Ollie Behrman.
He's just bestie.
Okay.
But I also think Liam Lawson. Wait, is Liam Lawson a rookie?
Kinda. Yeah, kind of. No, yes, maybe not. I'm not going to consider him to be a rookie. Okay. Because he's already driven way too many races.
Oh.
So you're going to say Ollie. Okay, I'm going to say that in terms of rookies, how are rookies going to do overall? I think they're going to do okay. I think they're going to be...
How could you say that?
You know, I think it's going to be a fight between the rookies. There's going to be like this in the driver standings. There's going to be this area that is just all rookies that are going to be fighting with each other. And the one who's probably going to perform better than all of them is going to be Ollie Behrman, just because of his experience.
What? He has no experience, but he's just...
Well, Ollie's got 2 races under his belt. I mean, if Liam Lawson's in a Red Bull. I don't think Liam's going to do well in the Red Bull, just because Checo had a lot of problems, and Liam's already shown a couple of issues there driving the car also. So I don't think Liam's going to do that well. And I don't think the car's going to be there.
I miss Checo. He was so preppy.
I do miss Checo too. So your standout rookie of the year is going to be?
Ollie Behrman. He's literally so preppy.
Ollie. I'm going to also say that Ollie is going to be my standout rookie of the year. I think he's going to do really well. Between him and Esteban Ocon, they're going to help Haas be right there in the midfield. I think they're going to do well. Okay, anything else that we want to talk about in terms of our predictions for tonight, for our beginning of the year predictions? Anything else? No? Anything you want to say before we end for tonight?
Yes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tweet to the notifications.
Bye, everyone.